you can tell you don't give a
It's just always been who I am. If I was alone, girl, I'd be a mess. It's crazy.
The way that you worked the camera was different than anyone I had seen at that point.
They would feel shame behind that, but not me at all.
You just want your kids to succeed.
There is an age too young to start hormones.
You want to make the right decision for your child.
It's a choice. Things got more serious. I feel not like myself. I don't feel like this body is mine. Mentally, it can be damaging to start too late.
After everything you've been through, that sounds like a nightmare.
And I was like lying that I was taking them.
You're actually the perfect person for me to ask this because you just told me you scroll on it.
Laura, I just go for the baking videos.
Okay, you go.
Are you on OnlyFans?
No, but I might be now. I don't know.
I mean,
You guys could make fire content,
Hey,
I bet.
You know what I say?
Should we-
If the wheels fall off, I was like, that's the plan. Then
Like,
we just go to.
what
go
would we
to-
do?
So you agree?
Yeah.
You think you'd make really good content?
I think we would. Yeah, I think we do well. I think we do well.
What would we post? Us having I don't like.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Lauren, I just want to do some baking videos.
You
I
know
told
what?
You in an apron,
Yeah,
her in a bikini.
Yeah,
With like your penis popping out of your
Yeah,
apron.
you never know, you never know.
You never know. So
Hey.
what is OnlyFans? Like, what are the things on there? Like, explain it to someone who's never been on.
So I was always like a really harsh judge of OnlyFans. I really was. I think it has a really big stigma around it. But when they approached me, they gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. And I was like, okay, but she's not showing her
Okay.
and she's not showing her.
Okay.
And they were like, okay,
They don't care.
we're still down.
What about
And
butthole?
not her either.
So no butt, no vagina, no boobs.
But this is
Nada.
the common, like, I think, thought around OnlyFans is like that's what you think when you think OnlyFans.
That's what people think,
Uh-huh.
right? So like, and that's what I thought too. I was like, oh, it's totally gonna have to be naked, having sex, making videos, whatever. People do that, of course. And you know, you've heard of like, who was it? Like Bella Thorne.
Okay.
She, like made $1 million overnight or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like stuff like that. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm gonna have to like show everything. But no.
So
It's
what
just
is your
whatever-
OnlyFans? Like, tell us what's on it that we like. What's the unlock that you
It's
get?
exclusive content that you're not going to see anywhere else.
Okay.
And also you get, because you know, our DMs are flooded.
Woo.
There's tons of people trying to like get, you know, a hold of us sometimes, I guess. So it's just, it's communicating with people. It's sharing what you want to share. And if you want to do cooking videos or full on porn,
You can't.
you can do it. Yeah.
Can you show like your toes? Like, is that hot?
I
Like,
have done foot pics.
and do they
For
go-
like an LOL. Cause like I got my, cause people are like, oh, foot pics are so like, you're gonna make so much money. Like foot fetish people like are obsessed. And I was like, okay, I got a pedicure. Let me show my feet. And like, they're not wrong.
Oh.
But like, I don't really care about that. Is that weird?
No, the feet. Who cares? Throw my feet up there. Let's
couldn't
make a
care
couple
less.
million on the feet.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm like,
that is
okay.
something I got put on Celebrity Foot Finder.
he's
that's
obsessed
my.
with this.
I guess that's my claim. That's when you know you really made it. You know,
Ah.
when you're
Your
just like-
feet are on it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How? Did you wear like sandals one day?
No, I was just like on a
Ooh.
vacation and like I've been on there like 2 or 3 times now, and I always say I'm
My
like,
question is, how do you even know that? Are you like Googling yourself like Michael Bosstick's
Obsessed.
I
feet?
get a lot of notifications about that. All right.
Oh, you have yourself on Google Alerts.
No, not on
I
Google.
don't even have myself on
No,
No,
Google
not on Google. No,
Alerts.
it's on Instagram. They sell me like if you watch.
They send you. Okay,
people are
I'm
gonna
gonna
look it up.
Okay, go.
It is a little bit weird because they find like
I
an
don't care.
abstract photo and they pull it out of the wild.
Show
Like, it
a
was
toe.
me just like sitting.
Do you have a big arch?
No, I don't know. Here, I'm gonna find it.
Like what's the
Pull your toes out.
prerequisite? Yeah, like put it on the table.
Let's see. Let's
See
see.
your toes.
I'm gonna
Okay,
find
so
it.
what? So they're gonna get exclusive content to what you're doing. Is there something like you show feet? Like, is there anything else that's like scandalous, or is it just pretty much stuff that no one sees on Instagram and TikTok?
It's pretty much that. Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's-
mean-
I'm no Michael Bosstick, but
Oh.
I have put a foot post up or two. But yeah, it's really nothing like nefarious or wild. It's
Okay.
literally just like sexy. Cute.
You have really evolved your career though, because the first time I remember watching your videos, I actually, and I don't know if I told you this on the first episode, was
The jaw.
Well, by the way, that first
The
episode,
jaw.
I looked it up.
I remember.
The jaw.
The
I
jaw.
was because I was going through jaw surgery.
Yeah.
And I think this was like 2017, 16.
No, she came on 2000. I looked it up, November 2018.
Yeah, but I found her way before that.
Yeah, I remember you telling
YouTube.
me that.
Yeah, and the way that you worked the camera was different than anyone I had seen at that point. Now, obviously, you know, everyone's working the camera, but you were doing something that no one was doing before anyone was doing it. And you were so open and so raw, and you've managed to stay that way. Like, I don't feel like there's a disconnect between you and your audience, but you've evolved. So how have you sort of done that in this space?
It's funny because, okay, so going back to the jaw video, I remember you told me, you were like, okay, so I never knew that there was a jaw surgery or anything like anybody else had gotten that, right? Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had gotten it because it was FFS, facial feminization surgery, which obviously we cannot relate with. But it was like a correlation between, you know, the surgery and like the vibe and the connection of it all. And that's where I feel like I thrive, because I can like really just like talk to people, connect with people, be honest and be real, be completely myself with people. Like, you know, a lot of people, I think, you know, plenty of people would hide the fact that they have had, you know, some kind of surgery, or, you know, they would feel shame behind that. But not me at all. And that was like even way back when we first talked. So I think that the connection has just stayed like authentic, just because it's like, you know, I really don't care.
Yeah, I think that's why I really, really like you and your content, is you can tell you don't give a fuck. And you're constantly breaking taboos. Why do you think you've never felt any shame when society would tell you to feel shame?
I don't know. I think I've always had a really good like circle around me, a good circle. You know, my dad, my mom passed away when I was 19. She was always there for me. She was always obsessed with whatever I was doing, very, very supportive. But my dad also is like just very like, you know, here for me. And, you know, I have best friends and I have a husband and all of that. So I feel like it's just one of those things where if you were alone, maybe you would spiral and make bad decisions online, especially, you know, like a lot of people have had very bad stints online because they were alone and they were, you know, feeling really lonely or whatever. But yeah, I think it's just, I don't know. I think it's just always been who I am. I'm just myself.
It's a confidence. It's an essence.
It's just like, girl, bye. I just can't. Like, there's no time.
You and Lauren are similar in the sense that I feel like you're serious people,
Telling
but
you.
that don't take yourselves so seriously.
It's self-deprecating.
There has to be a sense of LOL at yourself. You know what I mean? Like, who's going to laugh at you? Like, you have to be self-deprecating. Like, I just think it's so stupid to take yourself so seriously. Like, even with like the glam and everything, like you can really be like so like uppity. Like, I gotta like be frozen in the mirror and really like this. But like at the end of the day, like everyone's wearing extensions. Everyone has makeup on. Like, we're going to be okay.
Michael loves self-deprecating. It's his favorite quality in a person.
Yeah.
Wait, about yourself?
No,
well, about everybody. I think like people
quality.
take themselves, you know, some of the stuff that Lauren and I just say to each other on the show. It's like this banter, and I just like these people are so uptight about like what. I'm like, calm the fuck down.
Everyone farts, everyone shits, everyone's wearing makeup and extensions. It's all smoke and mirrors, baby. We're in LA. We're in the heart of WeHo right now. If you didn't know,
everyone's throwing a little Paris filter on.
Everyone has Facetune and FaceApp. Like, it's gonna be fine.
I love that about you. Seriously, I think it's so cool that you just don't give a fuck. Okay, 2019, you were on our podcast.
Yes.
18.
You know what?
At the old place.
600 episodes ago. That's how many episodes it's been.
Oh my God.
600.
You guys do one a week?
2 a week.
3
a week.
3 a week.
3 a week.
2.
You don't even know. You said 2 a week.
It feels like I'm a cow just pumping out content and someone's milking my udder. I'm a little sore. You know what I mean?
I bet. No, I bet. Literally spewing.
Where are we right now? What's going on?
2018, you came on. I don't believe that you were dating your husband yet.
No, I think so.
So Michael, you reminded me.
Because we met Nat.
Yes. Yeah. Was he there?
I swear I spent time with them and I'm pretty sure. If not, then it's when the event you guys did.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I remember you guys were at the old place, which
Downstairs.
yeah, coincidentally, my manager had a space there. So I was like, oh, let me just go up a floor, which was
Easy.
really weird. But yeah, and there was no film element.
No.
It was just audio.
There's no film.
Yeah.
When did you meet him? At what point? And where did you guys meet? And did you like each other right away?
I met him through my best friend, which is his brother.
Okay.
And he was a fashion designer, which he made me his muse. And we just inevitably went to Paris one year and we ended up spending a ton of time together. And I was like, oh my God, this person is like the most authentic person I've ever met. Like very, very just like themselves and real. And I feel like growing up in Toronto, Canada, which is where I'm from, just like big fish, small pond vibes, you know?
Mhm.
Like I just felt very much like I can't really relate with anybody here.
Yeah.
And then in LA, everyone's kind of projecting this like weird persona of what they want everyone to think that they are. So to meet somebody authentic like that was a big
It
change.
stood out.
Yes. And it was like, okay, this is like real, actually real. And yeah, it just we've been inseparable ever since.
You guys remind me of me and Michael with how you guys do things together. You guys are working together. You're living like you do all the things together.
It sounds like your best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have known each other since you were 12, right?
Long time.
It's in the
Yeah.
fetus.
Yeah.
We met in the fetus.
Okay.
No, 12. But we have not
12,
been.
no.
We have not been together that long. He wishes. It's not been that long.
But it wasn't 12 though?
No, it
We
was
met at
12.
12.
It was
We met at
12.
12. Yeah.
Wait, so did he like
25
you
years
right
we've known each
away? Like
Yes.
romantically?
Yeah, he was obsessed. Yeah, and he let me know.
Right away.
Right away. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so how do you guys manage putting this out there online? Was there a strategy around it? Were you just like, we're just going to show up as we are, which I'm sure that's what it is. But like, were you guys like thoughtful about how you presented online, or was there no thought?
I was thoughtful about how I presented him online because it had been years and years and years that I had been online before I met him. And he was never online. He had never had, a social presence, or he was never front facing. He had a very front facing family, but he had never really done it himself. So I was very mindful of that. So when we met, I was like, okay, this is obviously going to be something. Let me keep this cute. We can, I do vlogs and stuff on my YouTube channel. So I was like, let me just like put you in a vlog or two and like, keep it really like cute and casual. And then where, things got more serious, it was then that I was like, okay, are you down to like make the change to be on camera with me?
What do you say?
He said yes, but I think he said yes because I wanted him to say yes.
Yeah.
I think it took him a while to like really get into it.
He seems quietly confident. That's my perception.
He's shy. I think a lot of people online are actually pretty shy.
Yeah.
A lot of celebrities as well.
Yeah.
You'd be shocked to like,
Oh, no, we wouldn't. Trust me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
you see it.
people, yeah, I think a lot of the time you're like, oh my God, like one of my good friends, I won't name her, but she's like the shyest person ever, but she's like one of the biggest celebrities in the world.
I'm going to guess that it rhymes with Schmaris Hilton.
Her too. Yeah, but no, but yes,
Okay.
she's 100% like so shy and cute.
I feel like she is Dumire. What's the trend that everyone's doing? That she
Oh,
is.
demure.
Yeah, Demore. Fuck, I can't pronounce anything.
Dumois.
Yeah, Dumois and mindful. Like,
no,
Paris.
that was a joke. Dumois is like an Instagram page.
I can't pronounce anything. I get in trouble so much online.
Demure, is it brilliant?
And mindful.
I do not know what the hell you guys are talking about
It's
right
a
now.
trend.
I'm not on TikTok like that, so I don't know either, but I know demure.
I see the girls in the office posting stuff like that on the Dear Media Instagram, and I honestly, I'm lost. I have no idea what we're even talking about.
Well,
You got to keep
as
up,
the
Michael.
CEO, no, you're fine.
Yeah,
You're fine.
you
You're
gotta keep
good.
up.
You're good.
Do I have to keep up, really?
No.
That's like,
Okay,
I
so,
don't think so.
what is like a day in the life of you guys that's not online? What are the things that we're not seeing? How do you guys both show up as being normal? Just normal people? Meaning, like, do you go to the farmer's market? Do you have a routine in the morning? Is there days where you just sit in bed and rot? Like, what are your normal things?
I'm not really much of a rotter.
Neither am I. I'm a marinator.
What does that mean?
So stop trying to make this thing.
No. Let me know.
Yeah.
Because maybe I am that too.
A marinator is when you habit stack passively in bed. So you have on 20 different face creams, a neck cream. Maybe you have your hands in something. You have a mask on. You're watching Real Housewives. So you're being efficient as you're letting all the skincare seep
But in the morning.
You could do it whenever.
Okay. I'll do that at night.
Okay.
For sure.
She marinates.
I will marinate at night.
I think Lauren just doesn't like the term rotting.
Ew, it's negative frequency.
I do like I love a good rot though, but I think it takes me I need once a month, maybe I'll rot.
Okay.
I really do get up and go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us what are the normal moments that we don't see online?
I you know what? I actually work out a lot. I work out every single day, and I don't really post because when I work out, I look disgusting. I'm not trying to be cute and sexy.
Oh.
I'm wearing a baggy t-shirt. I'm trying to sweat.
Uh-huh.
So that you don't see, but it's a big part of my life. I think
What workouts do you do?
I will do either heavy cardio.
Okay.
I love cardio. I just love a good sweat, which sucks with hair extensions, but girl, that's what dry bar is for. But I also do HIIT, HIIT.
Okay.
High intensity training. Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do a bunch of that too. But I basically work out every day, but I don't post it because I look disgusting.
I bet if you posted it, it would crush.
If I was in a cute outfit, but
Yeah, but I'm saying even if it was just
on
normal.
OnlyFans?
Maybe that's
Oh, yeah, maybe. Matt, write that down.
Matt, we need you to.
Matt, please.
You and Matt can work out
Test
together.
Test it out.
Okay, cute.
Okay, so what are other little normal moments in your life? Are there anything that they don't see besides workouts? Because you are so public.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like just any other couple, it's just super normal.
What about the business strategy, the conference calls, all the things, the behind the scenes that people don't see to build the brand that you've built?
Yeah, well, we are very strategic in our the separation in the house. So if he'll have a Zoom call, it's over there. If I have a Zoom call, it's over here. We have our areas. So she's looking at Michael. What does this mean? Are you in each other's business?
Michael likes to get on a Zoom when I'm in the shower in my space and start talking loudly in my areas. So I want you to go off on this.
I met an older gentleman the other day, really nice guy, and we shared the same birthday. And he was crazy because he was telling me that he's basically just wakes up in the morning and is ready to go, just one speed. And that's how. And I never met. And he was saying it's probably hard to live with, but when I wake up, I'm excited for the day. It's let's go.
Same.
I don't have time to linger around. I want to get moving.
I can be simultaneously excited for the day, but low frequency.
I don't have 4 hours.
So it takes you a while to wake up.
Feel me up before you fuck me. I need to be a
It's
little.
It's too long. Okay. If I'm hungover, it'll take me 30 minutes. But if I'm not, then I will literally open my eyes and 1 minute later, I am downstairs already making coffee, going.
Yeah, I like that.
Where does that energy come from?
I don't know.
What's
I
your
just
sign?
feel
Are you
there's
an
no
Aries?
time to. April 20th is my birthday. Aries, Taurus, cusp.
I'm an Aries too. It's an Aries thing.
Is it a fire thing?
Might be the sign of the. It's just
Is it fire or earth?
That I don't
think it's
know.
fire. It has to be fire. Come on.
I don't know. I know there's what is it? Metal, earth, fire.
There's
wind.
no metal.
I think there's no.
There's no metal.
I think that's
it's air. I think there's air, earth.
No. I think there's
fire and wind or grass.
No, but I know what my
Not
daughter.
metal.
No,
People when they
Is
talk
there
about
gold?
their zodiac signs is when people
The
tell me about their
Chinese-
dreams.
No.
I'm
don't talk about your dreams. But don't you want to tell people about your dreams? I hate hearing it, but it's don't you want to tell people oh my God, I had a crazy dream last night also, or the other night. I was kidnapped. And it was so fucking real that I woke up and told everyone. I was it was so real. The guy was not going to let me go.
But then you're I don't want to hear about your dreams.
No, I was I don't really care. That was fake.
You know
right?
why I know
you were
this?
dreaming. You were sleeping, my love.
Tell me something real.
In
It's
2020, when our daughter was born, I know this because I just thought it was super rad. She's the sign of the metal rat. It's in the Chinese zodiac.
No,
Oh,
but
there's
it's
a rat and there's a metal rat.
She's the metal rat. And I think there's an earth and a wood, but that's a Chinese. So listen, there's a lot of signs going on, but I just thought
I
that
don't
was
think
cool.
that the horoscope has metal in it though.
So all you need for this energy is coffee, and you're good to go. You're ready.
I could
to
do it without anything.
How much?
Honestly,
how much behind the scenes strategy goes into setting up what you do? Is it Like for me, I have 2 days a week where I just do calls all day. Do
Yeah.
you do that too?
No, it's sporadic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely sporadic. I'll just take it as it comes. But I think the people behind me are what definitely help me like stand on my two legs. Because if I was alone, girl, I'd be a mess. I can't even answer an email half the time.
So what do you just have people on your team that are delegated to each area where you feel like you're not strong?
Yes, exactly.
I mean, honestly, I think that that's so important to let people listening know, because I think people don't realize all of the infrastructure and the team and the delegation and all the help it takes to perform at the level that you perform.
Yeah, I'm very jealous of people. Like I know a couple of content creators that like do everything themselves. And like, they have a husband, they have a kid, whatever, but they literally are on emails. They're scheduling the calls, they're doing everything themselves. And I'm like, even just being, I'm married, I have responsibilities, but I'm like, I could never do that. Like, I'm so jealous of people that can do that and have that, like, that, I don't know, the infrastructure within themselves.
It's like a solopreneur.
It's crazy. Like, like I have a great work ethic, but I'm not like built like that. So yeah. I'm very fortunate for the help that I have.
Yeah, but would you even really want to work like that if you had to do everything? Because I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
Like anytime I can hire and delegate for something that somebody else is better than me at, or something that I just don't like to do, I'm going to do it. Like I'd rather make less and make my life. And actually, funny enough, like you typically will actually probably do better if you have infrastructure that can help you scale. But I can't imagine having to do every single little thing.
Yeah, it's giving, what's that quote? Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
But I feel like for those people, working smarter is just doing it themselves.
Like
working harder would be talking to a billion people a day.
Maybe
that'd
that's
be
right.
like me running the social account here. What is it? Posting the demure brat
No,
thing.
let's not.
You don't even know.
I don't even know. So I'd be lost. I'd be like,
yeah.
How do you think that the trans community has evolved since you were on last? Because I think it's evolved a lot.
Oh God, yeah. There's so much more
A few
visibility
things have
now.
happened.
Oh, just a few.
Yeah.
Just a tiny amount. No, there's so much more visibility now. Are you kidding me? I feel like back when we did our first interview, it was like I was one of the very few. Like you could count the trans content creators on your hands, right?
Yeah.
Especially that we're outspoken.
Yeah, especially that we were like actually sharing, not just out
Because
there.
you really, I mean, people should go back and listen because you like really shared your whole journey.
I did. I went back and I listened to a few, a snippet or two. I was like a little cringe. When you listen back to yourself, I'm like, oh my God, that was like
we don't for that reason.
5 years ago. I'm like, I cannot stand the way I sound. I sound like an idiot. But it is about being just open and vocal and stuff like that. And I feel like now you log on to TikTok or wherever, and there's so many different stories, which is inspiring and beautiful. And there's every single walk of life of being transgender. And I think that is the beautiful part, one of the most beautiful parts of social media. And I think that, I've been so inspired by people so much younger than me because I'm like, I started my YouTube channel when I was like 15, 16. People are starting now and they're trans and open at like 9 years old, 10 years old. Like, it's crazy.
How does it feel to be one of the pioneer people who have helped change and shape the community? I mean, it's pretty cool.
It feels cool. It feels awesome. Yeah. Like wherever I can help, I'm here. And I meet people every single day that, whether it be the person that I've helped transition or a friend of or a parent of. And I'm just like, you're welcome. But like, thank you for being open, especially like the parents and all of that.
On that subject, it's a more heavy subject. What do you do when a parent comes to you or a child that's got a child that is underage, or when I say a minor, still like maybe like 9 or 10, and they're trying to navigate this?
You know what? It's very situational. It's very, very situational. I feel that there is an age too young to start hormones. There is an age too old to. I don't think there's an age too old to start hormones, but I feel like honestly, mentally, it can be damaging to start too late. It's very, very situational. I think that, somebody that wants to start hormones on their child super, super young, it's a choice. And somebody that wants to wait, that's also a choice.
But do you feel that in that instance, when they're that young, the choice is somewhat difficult because the child doesn't have all of their like faculties. For example, I'll relate it to, this is not a good example, but I didn't start getting tattooed till I was older. And I always say, it's like when I see people under 18 getting like self-made or something, I'm like, do you really want to do that when you're 16 years old? Before
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, it's like, and this is a very minor example to something that's more serious. But what I'm saying is a child that age maybe doesn't have the mental faculties to actually make that serious decision when it comes to hormones. And like, I don't know so much about it, but I do know young guys that start getting on TRT and stuff for the gym. I'm like, hey, it's a real decision when you start kind of messing with your hormones.
Right. And then 10 years later, they have gynecomastia and they're in
they just don't know. Or even like some guys will do this and they don't realize it could impact fertility. And it's like they're doing it because they want to look really good from a gym outcome perspective.
Right.
But they're not thinking all the way through. And I think with a child, they don't have the faculties to even think till next year.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, great point. I get the tattoo reference, even though it is like obviously a little
I'll
bit.
get some shit for that reference, but I'm just trying to kind of
No,
like
you're
contextualize.
good. I get it. I get it. I think, you know what? It's all about the relationship that you have with your child. So, you know, not putting hormones in the same category as coming out as gay or whatever. You know your kid, you know? So if your child comes to you at age 5 or 6 and says, I'm gay, I'm a boy, I like boys, that's one thing. You know, if they come to you and say, hey, I am a girl, as a boy, I'm a girl, that's another thing. You have to take that into your own, you know, accord. Like it is your responsibility, whether you say, let's hold off on this. You know, a lot of people think it's a phase. Their frontal lobe isn't developed, whatever, all of the arguments. But I feel like at the end of the day, it is your choice and you know your child and your situation and your family. And it is your decision whether you take them to the center and get them on hormones or blockers, whatever.
I think your answer is smart, that it's situational. You can't blanketly make a statement, I think, about really anything. I think it is so situational. It could be different.
But what do you think about instances where the state steps in and then it takes kind of the decision away between the parent and the child? Because I think that gets dicey.
It does, yes. And, you know, everyone wants to put everything in a box.
Sure.
Everyone wants to know,
That's
you know,
why we like the show, because we try to talk about nuance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So everything needs to be in a box. So,
And it's not
you know,
like that all the time.
No, not at all. And I think, you know, some of the I've met so many trans girls that transitioned and got, you know, gender reaffirming surgery down there, whether they choose to or not. But I know girls that have had it done in their teenage years because their parents allowed them to, and they are happier than ever. But other girls I know that have had surgery and transition and hormones, they regret it. So it's all situational. Hard. Yeah, it's literally up to the parent and the child's relationship. But also, it might be easier for the parent just to be like, let's just wait till you're older, so it's like on you kind of vibe.
What
you know?
happens if someone regrets it? Has someone said I regret it to you?
Oh yes.
So what's your advice?
I haven't undergone gender affirming surgery, but or gender confirmation surgery, I think it's called. I should know this. I wrote a book on it. There's so many labels now. I'm like, I even get confused. But, you know, I've had, girlfriends of mine come up to me and be like, you know, I've had the surgery down there or I've been on hormones for so long. And I do regret it because I can't orgasm. I feel not like myself. I don't feel like this body is mine. And that's very sad. It's one of the most like mutilating things you can do to your body. So if you don't really need it or want it, then it's irreversible in a way.
You can't reverse it?
I don't know of a way that you can reverse.
We had one of the top, and I forgot his name. I have to look it up. We had one of the top surgeons who does gender reassignment surgery on the podcast. And
Harrison Lee.
He's in San Francisco.
Oh, oh my God. Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, my husband probably had his top surgery by him.
I think he's very, very skilled in that. I have to get his name. And he came on, and I think that he said you cannot reverse it, but it is a technical surgery. It's not just something you just can decide.
No,
I think that you have to go. He said you have to go through tests and there's all kinds of stuff.
Oh
They don't,
yeah, it's brain, it's all that, and especially for if you're turning penis into a vagina, there's like a bunch of like electrolysis you have to have done, like laser and like
That's
all
what he
the
said.
yeah, it's like a lot. It's not just like you wake up and you do it.
Michael Safier, yeah. What's his name?
Oh, why does that not ring a bell? Maybe there's another top SF surgeon I don't know.
I think Dr. Michael Safier. Okay. Yeah, he is supposedly one of the best surgeons. He came on. It's a very interesting episode if anyone wants to go back and listen. I think that it is situational, and it must be hard for the parent. I actually have a lot, because now I am a parent.
Yeah.
You want to make the right decision for your child.
Listen,
and whatever that is.
This is, again, like, I'll get some shit for this.
No,
I was
right.
like crying the other day because we cut our son's hair. Right, because he had long hair, and I was like, "Oh, because I think when you have a child, you just like you just want them to stay like exactly as they are." Oh, I know when Lauren had her jaw surgery, like her dad was like, he was crying. It was like, I don't know. I think it's your child, and it's from you, and then all of a sudden they're doing like, I know my mom cried when I got tattoos, even like it just.
Well, when you got a coffin on your leg, I'm sure she wasn't thrilled.
Yeah, I'm sure, but I think like the parents, many of them, I think, are sometimes unfairly treated because people maybe that don't have children or don't understand that relationship, just it's such a permanent thing to do, and the parent doesn't know how to contextualize. And like literally, like I said, I was crying because he got a haircut, and I think like you have to give some parents some grace.
Yeah.
Because like this is their baby, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was very Aries Taurus about it. Like when I told my dad, because my mom passed away, and then I was like, met a new group of friends. I was traveling, I was working, I was meeting other trans girls, and I was just like, this is my life. Like there's no time to waste. So when I told my dad, oh yeah, the night I met that girl, my first trans girl, I was like, this is it for me. Like, I am you. Like, you are me, and I could do this. Like, this is possible. So when I told my dad and he wasn't gung-ho about it, I was like, well, I'm leaving you in the dust. Like, there's no point, because you're not going to support me. Little did I know, he's my biggest supporter, and it just took him a little bit of time.
Just took him a second. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's understandable.
It would be so interesting if your dad wrote a book from his perspective on how to navigate what he went through on his end.
I think I'm an anomaly a little bit, because I was very, very, very gung-ho. Like, I asked for no help. I was like, he was the one to reach out and be like, I will be there for you if you want. And I was like, you can.
You were like, it was like an entrepreneurial endeavor.
It was wild. Yeah. Like, I look back and I was like, oh my God, to have like a little daughter like this, like, what a bitch. Like, I literally feel like if I was my dad, I would have been like, this little bitch.
I know,
I
but
raised you.
At the same time, there's probably something really, like a lot of relief for him, because you are so decisive. I think where it would get hard is if have you meet someone that's not decisive?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what I think
Flippy
is
floppy.
Like you're sure of yourself.
Yes.
And I think when a parent sees the child that's sure of themselves, I think like it's
probably
hard
nice
to
for your dad.
navigate with children when they're not sure about what they want, and then they do things or make decisions that they're later not happy with. But for you, it's like you're so sure of yourself and you're happy in your life and it's worked out, that I think that as a parent, that's what you just want your kids to succeed.
Yeah, I think he definitely wanted me to succeed for sure. He just didn't know that he couldn't relate. I remember him telling me actually one time, he was like, I knew of someone transgender. I met them at work. And then a few years later, I met her on the golf course. And I was like, how many years later? He was like, 10 years later. And he had transitioned to her. And that was his trans experience. He met her on the golf course and was like, hey, used to know you at work. Like, this is really weird. And then his daughter now is like, I'm transgender. So, he had no context.
Your dad sounds really sweet, though.
He's a little angel.
Yeah, he sounds really sweet. Why did you decide to do your Sundance movie, This Is Everything, Gigi Gorgeous? What did you want to get across from that?
I wanted to tell my story the way that I experienced it. I was like, my management, my agent, my PR was all like, okay, we have to hire a film crew. We have to hire all these people. I was like, no. I have a GoPro. I have a digital camera. I can do this. Like, I'm going to film all of it myself. We can just throw it to editors later. And that's how it went down. And I was just like, I am living, it's more intimate this way. I've never been on like a reality show or mic'd up like that before. So I was just like, let me just strap the GoPro to my car, to my mirror, whatever, and let me just like do it my way. And I just knew that that was the way that it was going to come across more authentic. And I would hand the camera to like my sister, my brothers, my dad, whatever. But for the most part, it was all me. I was just like, this is just my story. It's more intimate this way. I can actually speak about how I feel. And I look at YouTube a lot of the time as like my therapy. Like if you're alone in a room with a camera, you really do like spew it all.
How long have you had your channel at this point? Long time.
I think since 2008.
Damn.
2009, I want to say.
Wow.
Long time.
Yeah, you're an OG of YouTube. Like you know how to YouTube. I could use a tip or two.
Oh, please.
Oh my God, I could use a tip or two for YouTube.
Oh, please. With this whole setup, you're good.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know. I could use, maybe I need a GoPro. Michael, that would be
GoPro, no. GoPros are long gone. I would have not used that, but that's all I had.
Okay, on here it says there's been 6 years of you trying and they all want to know about your fertility journey. That was a big question people asked.
Yeah.
Can you speak about that? What has that been like for you?
Yeah, so IVF is hard for everybody.
Oh.
You know, so many of my friends have been through it. And my heart goes out to everybody who hasn't had success because whether it's age or genetics or, you know, you're just not meant to have babies, it's very difficult. And
the needle's like huge too. People don't talk about how big the needle is. It's like a baseball bat.
Which needle?
The one that you do to, I'm going to say this wrong.
Yeah.
The one that you do like the month before you get, I don't know how to say it.
No, I think it's
retrieve the eggs or make it juicy.
My friend did it and she sent me a picture of the needle and it was like this big.
Like the gauge was big.
I think it's preparing for the embryo to be implemented into the carrier, and like that you have to do maybe, I'm gonna get this wrong too, a period of time, maybe 30 days of like heavy shots.
Yes. Okay. So I've been through it. Me and my husband have gone through 2 or 3 rounds, I forget. And I'm gonna get stuff wrong. Like there's so many different little like details that like, you know, you go in every other day to the doctor's office, but a lot of the time I was like, just going with the flow. Like, you got to do this, you got to go here, you got to, you know, there's just like details that you miss. And then before you know, it's like, oh, we're done with the round. But there's genetic testing and all that. I mean, for me, I was on hormones for over 10 years and that obviously killed all my sperm. And I wasn't like shooting blanks, but I was like, it was like liquidy, let's just say. Michael.
Okay. I got it. 10-4, got it.
But I stopped it and I was like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to just stop my hormones. I'm going to try to get back to like where I was. I was like, it might seem impossible, but I have hope. And my husband obviously has never been on hormones and has eggs and has, you know, a period and all of that stuff. So he was fine. Like I wasn't worried about him. I was worried about my 50% of the commitment. So when we went in, they were like, oh, you know, she has no viable sperm. And then I tried again and again. And then we, you know, waited on it, prayed on it. And then it was literally a miracle conception. Like literally, like they were like, you have moving sperm. And then they do the genetic testing and, you know, he's shooting himself up every single day in the stomach because they have to pump you up with hormones. So your eggs get bigger and you get more. And it's just like makes you super like emotional. And it's like not cute, obviously, for the egg person. For me, it was really easy. I just went in a room and, you know, I had a cup and it was major.
Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy. Literally squeezy. But yeah, so it was crazy that I was able to create genetic viable sperm and that it mixed and created an embryo.
So what did they have to, they had to bring the testosterone levels up? Is that what they had to do? Or
I didn't know. I took nothing. So the first time around that we did it, they told me to take pills and they were like, I guess like testosterone pills. I didn't read the label or anything, but they're like, literally take this every day. It'll like make your, stuff more viable or whatever. And I was like lying that I was taking them because I was like, I don't want to take testosterone. So I'd be like, yeah,
I love a lie.
Yeah, I like kept them in my purse. And like I found the purse the other day and they were like the other year. And the entire pack was full. I think one was popped out.
I would have done that too.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm taking them. It's just not working. I don't know. I was like, I'm not taking these testosterone manly pills.
After everything you've been through, that sounds like a nightmare to then take testosterone pills.
Yeah, I was just like, well, if it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen.
The multivitamin that I have been taking for, the last 4 years is Ritual. And the reason I take this is because it's clinically backed and it's the highest quality and traceable key ingredients. I took it through both my pregnancies. I took it after my pregnancies. And it's one of those supplements that is just stuck into my routine. I like it because it's 9 key nutrients. It's really heavy on vitamin D3, which I'm low on. And it's also really high on omega-3 DHA, which is so important for women. And not only that, it's really important if you get inflamed easy. So that's specifically why I've chosen this vitamin. I also like, this is so weird that it kind of has like a minty essence. So you don't feel like you're burping up vitamin. And it's gentle on an empty stomach. So I'm someone who's always on the go. I'm traveling, I'm working, I'm a mother, and I need something that I don't have to like time my supplement around. So you can take this on an empty stomach, you get a little minty essence. Everything is traceable. So you can go look on their site and you can just see where everything is from. I've also had the pleasure of interviewing the founder of Ritual twice. And I can tell you, I've never met someone who's so passionate about the ingredients that she puts in her product. She really cares. And I think that's awesome. No more shady business. Ritual's Essential for Women 18 Plus is a multivitamin you can actually trust. Get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/skinny. Start Ritual or add Essential for Women 18 Plus to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/skinny for 25% off.
Are you somebody that wants to slow the aging process, wants to feel better, wants to have your body operate more efficiently? That should be every single person listening. A new study has recently come out that may explain why some of us are aging faster than we should, resulting in impaired metabolic, liver, and heart health. This condition is called cellular fragility syndrome, which is why today I am so happy to talk to you guys about Fatty 15. Fatty 15's C15 product is the first essential fatty acid to be discovered in 90 years. And get this, studies have confirmed that it's 3 times better, broader, and safer than omega-3s. For those of you that are taking omega-3s, this could be a much greater alternative. The origin story of Fatty 15 co-founder Dr. Stephanie Van Watson is that she discovered C15 as the first essential fatty acid to be found in over 90 years while working with the U.S. Navy to continually improve the health and welfare of aging dolphins. It's a crazy story. If you want to get sciencey about it, studies show that C15 works by strengthening our cells, improving our mitochondrial function, and protecting us against damaging free radicals. The result is better long-term metabolic, liver, and heart health. This is going to improve all the systems of the body and make us function much more efficiently. It's going to help the aging process and just make us feel better all around. So give it a try. It's an incredible product. We're getting ready to have the founders on this podcast to talk about more. Of course, we have an incredible offer for you. Fatty 15 is on a mission to replenish your C15 levels and restore your long-term health. You can get an additional 15% off their 90-day subscription starter kit by going to fatty15.com/skinny and using code skinny at checkout. Again, that's fatty15.com/skinny and promo code skinny. Lauren and I are huge proponents of replacing bad habits with good habits, replacing bad products with good products. We're constantly on the hunt to replace things in the house that have better alternatives, better for you, especially not only for us, but for our kids. This is why we love Evolution Fresh Real Fruit Soda so much. This is a product that can replace all of the bad sodas and all of the bad drinks that you have in your house with a healthier, better alternative. If you love soda, but you're looking to make a swap to something you feel better about without sacrificing the taste, Evolution Fresh Real Fruit Soda is a new, better for you soda that is delicious, refreshing, and bursting with benefits in every bubbly sip. The Real Fruit Soda is organic, made with real squeezed fruit, no added sugar, has only 5 grams of sugar, and contains pre and probiotics to support digestive and immune health. It comes in 5 delicious flavors: tropical mango, strawberry vanilla, orange squeeze, lemon lime, and berry burst. I personally love the tropical mango and the strawberry vanilla. Those are my go-tos. And it can be found chilling in the refrigerator near the produce section at many national retailers, including including Kroger's, Ralph's, Albertsons, Safeway, Pavilions, Publix, Food Lion, and Pavilions. Like I said earlier, if you're going to have these kinds of beverages, these soda beverages in the house, make sure they're good ingredients and taste great as well. Replace all those harmful chemical ingredients in your house and give your family and yourself a better alternative. So check it out. Visit www.sodajustgotreal.com to learn more about Evolution Fresh Real Fruit Soda and find a store near you.
If someone was going to transition, don't you think that something that, like, I don't know if there's a way to advocate.
Like bank some sperm?
Yes.
See, that's the reason that I shared most of this journey
To do that.
is because and I've heard so many people be like, oh, I'm literally just about to start transitioning with hormones, like medically. And my parents, I told my parents about your video. I showed them your video and they're offering to pay for, freezing my sperm. And a lot of people don't have that resource, but I wanted to put it out there for people that do, because it would have been so much easier for me if I just did it at the beginning.
You know what you should do? I feel like you should team up with like a fertility specialist, and you should do I don't know if it's like a charity or something where people can go and do it for free so they can have that insurance, because I can't imagine going through everything that you've gone through. And you're here and you're successful and you're beautiful and you have all these things. And then you're like, fuck, I should have done this before. It's such an easy thing to do to have it as insurance.
Yeah, I agree. I think that should be offered for sure. I think that's somewhere in our future.
Yeah, I feel like
I want to say
you would be like the best advocate.
Well, I
for
even
that,
tell my friends that are single and getting older, I'm like, what? There's not, to your point, like, it's not that big of a deal to go and extract the sperm.
Right.
It's like
easy peasy.
Yeah, bank it.
To extract the eggs, and you always hear like, oh, your time is ticking, the clock is ticking. It's like for humans with sperm, it's a lot easier if you're not on, testosterone blockers and estrogen and stuff like that. So I don't see why not.
I made Michael beat his meat in the broom closet, and they have his sperm on ice just in case.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
How many vials?
Some heavy loads.
Some heavy vials.
Oh, you shot ropes, huh?
Yeah, he I don't know what you did in that broom closet, but I made him do it because let's just say he dies
Wait,
tomorrow.
Shut up, really?
No, he doesn't go every Thursday.
Every Thursday, standing appointment.
Wait, what time is it?
It's $1,000 to do. We did it with Dr. Gadir. He freezes it, and if he dies tomorrow, I'll be going into the sperm gank and getting what.
Yep, you have it. You have it. How much is it?
They have an
it's
open
to
policy
keep. It's
in
a
that
couple.
place.
It's like $100 a month.
Right. Yeah. It depends on each place, but Beverly Hills, I assume, is where
Yeah,
you guys
listen,
went. Yeah, it's the most.
It's not.
I've heard other places, and I'm like, oh, it's $25 a month. Amazing. I'm like, should I move there?
I know.
It's costing me a fortune.
Move to Texas. Taxes.
No, I understand.
It's free.
A lot of people like we're lucky to have the resource, but I mean, from a pure like extraction standpoint, it's much more simple to do that than to extract the eggs.
Exactly. Yeah, because you have to do the whole egg extraction. It's a whole surgery. Like, it's like a humongous needle.
Like, there's no shots involved for...
No, and like right before you go to get your egg extraction, you have to pump yourself with more and more and more hormones. So you're just like really going through it. You just feel like a guinea pig almost. And I just felt so bad. And honestly, I don't know if I would have done that if that's what it took.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to make light of it, but for people that produce sperm, it is as simple as just like going in there.
We know.
Exactly.
Everything's more
wham, bam,
simple
thank
for
you,
you.
ma'am. Lemon squeezy, as we said.
I don't actually have a Thursday standing appointment. It's every other Thursday.
All right, okay. Well, you said
So
it.
where are you both at in this journey with fertility, right this moment?
So they genetically test every single sperm and egg, and then they try to, get them together.
Okay.
They meet them, they implant it and see if it meshes.
Okay.
Obviously, it's not a very natural experience. So they try to make sure that everything is the right shape, everything is looking great, and they only freeze the embryos, which is the sperm and the egg that meet, that really are healthy. So right now we have 6 embryos, which is like wild because a lot of my friends that like even are, not trans or have never been on any kind of hormone, they don't have that result. So it just is like, it's wild just to see it. Like I said before, it's just like a miracle. Like the fact that I have my DNA like out there like that is just
amazing.
Like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing. So what do you think you'll end up doing?
I mean, they're on ice right now.
Yeah.
There's four girls and 2 boys, I believe. And that could change, Avi.
Also a lot of people
It's
take a
changed
boy and a
before.
girl and do like a twin situation.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
That'll change. I didn't get that until you
I know. I was like, she didn't get it.
I didn't get it until you said.
Come on, Laura, keep up.
All right. Okay.
First one of the day.
Okay. I know. I just had my coffee, so I'm getting there.
Okay.
We're on hour 7 of her winding into the day.
I'm winding into the day. It's like feeling me up still.
Yeah.
Love.
Okay, so you don't know yet what the plan is.
No. I don't know. I'm 32 right now. I just feel like I'm not ready for kids yet.
Yeah.
I want to be ready. I don't know if anyone's ever ready.
I don't think you are. I don't think you're ever ready.
A lot of
No,
people
but-
say that, but I'm like, I actually truly don't feel like I'm ready.
Just 32. Just give it a breath. I
No,
think.
give it a beat.
Give it a beat.
Yeah.
Literally, give it a beat. Just give it a beat,
Give
Michael.
it a beat.
Give
Lemon
it-
squeezy.
I feel like it's one of those things you enjoy the time because once you get started, it's kind of, we're in it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo!
That's how I feel too. I'm like, okay, yeah, don't feel it right now, but like happy that's over.
Yeah. So you guys are good though. You got your insurance plan with everything lined up. You can do what you want to do, how you want to do it.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing that you have 6 embryos too.
I know.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you so much.
That's
but,
cool.
It's crazy because obviously, Nats will not carry the baby. I cannot carry the baby.
So you'll do surrogate?
It's giving surrogate.
Okay.
There is a percentage rate that's a little bit scary with that. So 6 is great, but it's not the best. The more you have, the better.
I'm putting it out there that it's going to be the best, easiest, most seamless experience for you
I think it will
both.
be too because, it's a miracle that it even happened.
I mean, it's cool. It's a
even
great
possible.
story. This story, I think, too, is going to inspire so many people if they're going to make a transition to have that insurance plan, I think, from the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, I encourage everybody before you put any hormone in your body, try to freeze what you have. I know it might be expensive, but it's worth it because you never know.
What is your life like in Hollywood? I see you with Paris Hilton at her party. I think I saw you on her show or her podcast. I see you in all the hot spots.
But you guys have
give
stayed
us
here. This is LA's full-time home.
But
Is that-
you
okay.
guys don't live in LA, right? You live a little bit away. That's
Just outside.
which is nice. It's a little air.
It is. It's a nice little quiet vibe.
So what do you do when
No
you're
sirens.
no sirens? What do you do when you're on? You have all these famous celebrity friends. What's the day-to-day in that?
I feel like it's so crazy to hear that because I was such a fan. I'll tell Paris this. I've told her this many times. I was such a fan of her. I loved The Simple Life. I mean, obviously, it raised me obsessed. And I'll tell her that all day long. And now it's crazy because everyone is a lot more normal than you think. I think I've never really been one to fangirl. I will meet someone and just kind of act cool. But I will say, I did meet Rihanna a few months ago.
That's a good one.
And I scooted my ass over and asked for a selfie because I was like, hello. I'm not going to miss this opportunity. And I did not play it cool. I was like, I will kill myself if I don't ask for a selfie from you. And that she obviously gets that all the time. It's like meeting Beyonce. You're not going to be like, hey, what's your name, my love?
There's still some white elephants out there that are is that what you call them when you're they're rare sightings?
Yes.
Rare, and they have that kind of allure. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, whoa. And
Oprah?
if you're like, oh my
Tom
God,
Cruise?
Oprah?
Yeah.
Yeah, some people just have that star power that's like, oh my God, this is major.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because, there's certain people that are still they're iconic.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, exactly. Untouchable.
Uh-huh.
They're not human.
Yeah.
Yeah. And living in LA, you see them all the time, going out to clubs and stuff like that. You kind of become desensitized. But, being friends with some very successful people is nice. But, they're all human at the end of the day. And you just get to know them. And it's just they're just cool.
What's a common denominator between you and all of these successful people that you're around? What's something that you see? Is it ambition? Is it discipline? What are the things that you see the recipe for success?
I think the really successful people, honestly, are just, they're real. They're self-deprecating. They don't they definitely do not take themselves too seriously. They're not too much of a diva. I think, even like, the biggest celebrity in the world, like they've been around for so long because they're pleasant and they're nice and obviously they're hardworking. And I think that, the self-deprecation is really, really important. I think that that's something that just draws people into you. Like even like I met Cher.
That's a good one too.
That was a great one. I was like, oh my God. And she had her blonde wig on and it was just like so surreal. I was just like, oh my God, like grew up, like my parents, all my family will die. And I was like, that was another one. Because I knew her friend, but that was one where I think she made a comment about her outfit or something like that. And I was just like, I would never think that Cher would say something like that. And I just thought that it was so cool and it just like humanizes them. And I think that just is what gravitates, you to that humongous, bigger than life celebrity.
It's interesting because you see a lot of people now shoot to fame so quickly, like overnight astronaut syndrome vibes.
It's giving Haktua,
Haktua.
That girl, right?
Well, and you see like they are difficult to behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Maybe me and Michael.
Not the Haktua girl.
I'm not talking about.
She seems actually pretty cool. Bad example cool. By me.
Taylor loves her too. We can't talk shit about her in front of Taylor.
No, great example. But I just want to make sure you don't diminish the Haktua.
No, I'm just saying.
Have you guys had her on here? By the way, not yet.
No, but I would.
I don't know.
Okay, let's have her on. She's invited.
As long as Taylor doesn't touch her or try to take a picture with her.
Yeah, Taylor can't be producing that.
The Taylor references are wild. I just spit Haktua.
Taylor has come on the podcast and opened up about a lot of different things.
Oh, okay. That's why. Because I just see the top of his head and a Big Mac screen.
Yeah. Oh, Big Mac screen. He's looking at Big Macs. That's good, Taylor.
A Big Mac screen.
Big Mac.
Well, never know.
Just end the show. Lauren needs to get a coffee.
Apple. Desktop Apple.
Little slow.
Big Mac.
Well, you never know. Sometimes the reflection of his eyes is like Pornhub. And you
Probably.
can see it. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, I see you two on the computer there. So is it giving OnlyFans?
That's blonde, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
listen,
that is blonde. I know.
That's blonde. Different.
This is really cute,
maybe
though, by the
like
way.
it?
Yes,
1000.
love.
It's different.
No, love.
It's a little change.
Love. Obsessed.
Evolution twist.
Yeah, literally looks like a wig. Like, beautiful.
I'll take it.
Silky. Yeah, great.
I washed my hair today with the hotel shampoo.
So it's good.
Hotel? Where are you guys staying?
Beverly Hills Hotel.
Oh, cute.
Let's hope there's diamonds in it.
Hello.
The Skinny Confidential is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp has been a longtime partner of this show, and that is because Lauren and I could not be bigger proponents and fans of therapy, especially online therapy, where you can do it right from the comfort of your own home, your office, wherever you consume digital content from your phone, your computer, and wherever is comfortable and convenient for you. No longer do you have to drive out to an office, sit in a boring waiting room, and wait to vet a therapist. BetterHelp gives you the power to do this right from your own home, right from the comfort of your own digital devices, like I said earlier. And you get paired with an assortment of different licensed therapists that you can choose and change at any time for no additional reason or charge. So many people have so many different fears that hold them back in life, and therapy can be a great tool for facing your fears and finding ways to overcome them. Because sometimes the scariest thing is not facing our fears in the first place and holding ourselves back, not sharing our ideas, not sharing our thoughts, not working through the issues and the anxieties that we have in our head. We've had so many high performers come on this podcast and talk about the benefits of therapy and how it's changed their lives for the better. We love this company so much because it gives the ability for everybody to get access to therapy and licensed therapists, again, right from the comfort of your own home. So if you've been thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. So overcome your fears with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/skinny today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/skinny. BetterHelp.com/skinny.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I do not like using makeup remover or makeup wipes to take my makeup off. I like using a super nourishing face balm. And the face balm that I use is by Cora Organics. Miranda Kerr came on the podcast and told me all about this specific Noni Glow face balm. And I started using it. She sent me a bunch of different products from her line, but the Noni Glow face balm stood out like no other. It is the best for removing fake eyelashes, mascara, foundation. I rub it between my fingers. It has all of these essential fatty acids and antioxidants. And the rose hip combined with the noni oil just really improves the radiance in your skin while taking off the makeup. I recommend this cult favorite to so many girls who are using makeup wipes. I'm like, don't use a makeup wipe, use a balm. It's a game changer. If you're unfamiliar with Miranda's line, you have to check it out. It's clean. It's certified organic. So they went an extra step. If you have not checked out Cora Organics, you have to check it out. Miranda is very detail oriented, and she really uses the highest quality certified organic ingredients in all her products. Visit CoraOrganics.com and use code SKINNY at checkout for 20% off your first purchase. That's KoraOrganics.com and use code SKINNY for 20% off your first order. The newest launch, Brow Peptide. Oh, I'm so excited about this one. I have been using castor oil, as you know, on my brows and eyelashes, and sometimes even on like little spots on my hairline forever. And the Egyptians used to use it in ancient times to grow their hair, so it makes sense that we would use it now. But I couldn't find one with a little extra oomph, so I wanted to create my own. I added a peptide to organic, clean, cold-pressed castor oil. So it's kind of like castor oil on steroids. The peptide that we added nourishes your hair follicle and really helps you grow hair. So the castor oil already grows the hair and you add the peptide and it's amazing. So how I use this product is I use it morning and night right when I'm done with my skincare routine. So I've sort of like habit stacked it. What I do is I ice roll, do my skincare routine, put on my caffeinated sunscreen, and then immediately in the morning, I brush my brows with the brow peptide, and I also add it to my lashes, even sometimes my hairline. At night, I do the same exact thing without the sunscreen, obviously, and then I'll go to bed and I'll reap all the beauty benefits while I sleep. It's obviously non-toxic. It comes in a beautiful pink tube, and it has a unique custom wand where you can apply it on your brows or your lashes. You're going to be obsessed with this one. It's kind of like my baby. I'm very excited for it. You can go to shopskinnyconfidential.com. I would get on subscription because we're probably going to sell out. We do sell out a lot. Go shop our brow peptide at shopskinnyconfidential.com. There are so many people who are difficult behind the scenes that have shot to fame so quickly that we all hear about them.
Right.
Or we see it.
I think with a lot of people, I'll just like speak, I don't want to say too many things, but I think—
Say it all.
Well, I think
mention it all.
Let it drip.
I think some of the
out.
younger people that get that level of success quickly, they almost think they have to behave that way to be one of those kind of people. And you don't realize that people, to your point, that we've met that have had long success, like long-term success for a long period of time, they're usually like the nicest people and they treat people well. And
Like
their teams
you.
and everybody talks. And
Seriously, you've had everyone talks. And
But-
I think that when you rise to fame too quickly, it's almost
But
a
you get what
disservice.
it's almost like some of these the young people think they need to behave in a certain way because they've got that level of attention or
Yeah.
success. I'm like, no, you're wrong if you want to stay relevant.
Right. Yeah, it's like I'm only sitting front row. I'm never waiting in line. I'm only going to treat like it's in my eyes, I just wasn't raised like that.
Well, and also, like we had Caitlyn Jenner come on the show and she was telling the story about Bob Iger and how Bob Iger used to be the
Wait,
bellman.
who is that? Remind me again.
Bob Iger was the CEO chairman of Disney,
Okay.
but used to be a bellman at a hotel, and Bob Iger would see at the time Bruce come to, and Caitlyn was saying like, he always would treat him super nice, and then later it's like it's Bob Iger and he like controls Disney. So you
Right.
just never know how far someone's gonna. You have to treat people nice, is what I'm saying.
Exactly. Yeah, you never want to like shit on somebody unless somebody does you wrong. Don't treat them badly. But if you treat me wrong, then like we're not friends.
The only thing
I'm
I
not
get
going to be nice to you.
mad about running a company like Dear Media, again, I'll be careful what I say, is I don't mind, going back and forth with agents and managers and people be divas, but if they treat the people at Dear Media that's in a junior position bad, I cut them quickly and I get rid of them because
You know what it is?
I don't want those people.
Yeah, it's giving like what you like on a first date or something like that. You see how somebody treats a server or like a
Ew.
valet
It's the
person.
worst.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that is so telling. And that's a really good quality. I love that. Lauren's so lucky. Cute.
No, it's just like-
He's a good one, huh?
Yeah,
He's
so
a good-
cute.
Well,
It means a lot. Character means a lot.
I don't like bullies,
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, like if you can't get something out of somebody, you treat them badly. Like that's sick. But
Well,
that's LA. It's very LA.
Yeah.
I also don't like the idea that, successful people, you start to make it and then you're like shitting on someone who's trying to make it. You know what I mean? It's like you already made, like, leave them alone.
You're gonna fucking be kissing their ass
The
In
tea
a year or
guide.
two.
Tell us where to get the tea guide. Tell us all about it. Pimp yourself out. Where to find you. I'm sure everyone already follows you. Tell us all the things.
All right, guys, is this my camera?
This is your
Yeah,
camera.
yeah.
LOL jokes. I know it's the only camera right in front of my face.
She knows how to look into the camera, Lauren.
The tea guide is available everywhere where books are sold. Lauren setting me up and then laughing. Okay, let's talk about bullying now. No, me and my best friend Gottmik, who is a drag queen and an amazing performer. He was the first trans drag queen, male trans drag queen on RuPaul's Drag Race, obviously the biggest show in the world. And we just put all of our resources and experiences together in one book. So we called it The Tea Guide because, you know, there's science textbooks, geography, math, all those things, but there's no trans textbook. So we wrote one.
If you had this 20 or 15 years ago, what?
I would have gagged. I mean, we have like doctors. We have everything in here. Like, there's no question unanswered. There's fan questions. There's literally like him and I bantering back and forth. There's literally doctors, hormones, specialists, how we feel, how we look. There's sex talk in here, dating talk in here, parents. Both of our parents wrote chapters in here. Like,
That's
it's
cool.
just like, it's just everything. Like, this is like the holy grail of transitioning. Like, if you are thinking about transitioning or during your transition, the Tea Guide is your best friend.
Wow, that is so cool. Gigi Gorgeous, I know you'll be back on in like 2 years doing something crazy. I don't know what's next for you. A whole like
Well, I can't believe
Netflix
it's taken
series.
this long.
Come
to
back
do it
anytime.
in the-
You literally
I
are
know.
so good on the mic. You can
Oh,
come
we
back
love talking to you.
anytime.
You're the best.
Seriously.
Oh my God, thanks.
Thank
Love
you.
you guys.
We love you. 10 out of 10. Thank you.